It's 2025, and the world map of migration has flipped. For decades, the story was simple. People left India chasing the better life, a high-paying job in Silicon Valley, a degree in London, or stability in Toronto. Millions of Indians built futures abroad, fueling what many called the global Indian dream. But something unexpected is happening now, something no one predicted. The movement is reversing. Foreign nationals from all over the world, not just backpackers or spiritual seekers, are now moving to India. And not for a vacation, but for work, lifestyle, and long-term opportunity. The West, once seen as the ultimate goal, is starting to crack under its own weight. Skyrocketing rent in New York and London. Healthcare that's unaffordable in the US. Inflation eating away savings in Europe. Meanwhile, India, once the underdog, has become everything these nations are struggling to be: affordable, dynamic, and full of energy. India's cities are no longer just outsourcing hubs. They're becoming global magnets. Bengaluru is a tech superpower. Hyderabad's startup scene rivals Austin and Berlin. Mumbai's media and finance worlds attract creators from every continent. And in Goa, Americans, Canadians, and Australians are buying homes to escape the endless grind. Foreigners are drawn not just by India's booming economy, but by its humanity, the warmth, the connection, the sense of community missing in so many Western cities. Add to that a thriving digital infrastructure, safer neighborhoods, and visa policies that are evolving fast, and you have a new migration story unfolding before our eyes. So, what's really driving this wave? Who are these people leaving the West behind? And what kind of life are they finding in India? In this video, we'll explore 10 countries whose citizens are quietly building new lives in India in 2025, and why this global reverse migration could redefine the future of work, culture, and opportunity itself. 1. The United States, the tech and freelance migration. In 2025, a quiet but powerful trend is reshaping the India-US connection. Americans, once the employers of Indian talent, are now moving to India to work alongside them. The reason? Burnout, inflation, and the staggering cost of living in US cities have made the American dream feel out of reach. For many professionals, India offers something rare: balance, affordability, and purpose. Remote work has untethered location, and India's digital ecosystem is thriving. American tech workers, developers, and AI specialists are joining forces with Indian startups in Bengaluru, Hyderabad, and Pune. Instead of spending $1,000 a month on a single room in San Francisco, they're renting full apartments in India, often with domestic help, gym access, and co-working spaces. Many are launching their own ventures, too. One notable example is an American software engineer from Austin who co-founded an AI automation startup in Bengaluru with 2 Indian partners. The blend of Western business culture and Indian tech expertise created a product that now serves global clients, built entirely in India. Beyond tech, freelancers, writers, and digital creators are relocating to India as a creative and cost-effective base. For them, India isn't just affordable, it's inspiring. Cafes, startup hubs, and cultural festivals make every day a mix of work and discovery. The irony is striking. The same Americans who once outsourced to India are now insourcing their lives, finding freedom, focus, and financial peace on Indian soil. 2. The United Kingdom, the education and creative shift. For British citizens, India has become more than a nostalgic link to history. It's now a land of new beginnings. Teachers, artists, journalists, and content creators are moving eastward, drawn by India's expanding education and creative sectors. While life in London has grown increasingly unaffordable, cities like Delhi, Kolkata, and Goa offer British professionals a chance to live comfortably while pursuing their passions. Universities from the UK, such as Birmingham and De Montfort, have opened campuses in India, creating new opportunities for British educators to teach, collaborate, and innovate without leaving the Commonwealth's cultural comfort zone. One British professor recently described her experience teaching at Pune's Innovation Hub as a renaissance of purpose. She swapped a cramped London flat for a spacious apartment, and found a city buzzing with youthful curiosity and academic ambition. Artists and filmmakers, too, are finding new audiences and partnerships in India's growing digital media ecosystem. Shared cultural touchpoints, language, humour, and of course, cricket, make integration smoother than in most other parts of Asia. For many Britons, the move isn't about escaping. It's about reconnecting. India feels familiar yet fresh, fast-changing yet grounded in tradition. And in 2025, that balance is exactly what creative and academic minds are craving. 3. Canada, the climate and cost migration. For many Canadians, the decision to move to India is part economics, part emotion. With housing prices in Toronto and Vancouver hitting record highs, and healthcare access growing tighter, a growing number of Canadians are seeking a simpler, sunnier alternative. India's warm climate, lower costs, and growing industries have made it a surprising new haven for professionals and retirees alike. Canadians are especially visible in India's healthcare, hospitality, and digital services sectors. Many are relocating to coastal states like Goa and Kerala, where quality of life meets community warmth. One standout example is a nurse from Ottawa who joined a private hospital in Chennai through a Canada-India medical partnership. She found not only better pay relative to her cost of living, but also more personal time and less burnout. Remote workers are also setting up shop in India's creative hubs. Cafes in Goa and co-working spaces in Bengaluru now host Canadians running content agencies, wellness brands, and small tech firms from laptops, all while enjoying tropical weather. And retirees are beginning to take notice, too. With India's healthcare costs a fraction of Canada's, many older Canadians are moving for quality medical care combined with cultural warmth. In 2025, the narrative has changed. Canadians aren't just coming to volunteer or explore. They're coming to live well, finding in India the comfort, care, and community they can no longer afford at home. 4. Japan, the business and manufacturing tie-up. Japan's demographic crisis and labor shortage have made India its most strategic partner, and now its citizens are increasingly relocating to strengthen that partnership. Japanese investors, managers, and engineers are arriving in record numbers, drawn by India's booming manufacturing sector and the deepening Indo-Japan alliance. From Gujarat's industrial zones to Tamil Nadu's automotive plants, thousands of Japanese professionals are leading projects that combine precision engineering with India's vast workforce. Cities like Chennai and Gurugram now host thriving Japanese enclaves, complete with sushi restaurants, international schools, and expat associations. In 2025, collaborations between Japanese startups and Indian robotics engineers are reshaping industrial innovation. One such startup from Osaka recently established its R&D center in Pune, citing India's unmatched technical talent and creative freedom. Japan's corporate culture, long admired for its discipline, meshes surprisingly well with India's agility and innovation-driven mindset. The result? Cross-cultural teams that are producing world-class results in renewable energy, EVs, and AI-driven manufacturing. For Japanese citizens, the move is both practical and personal. India offers career growth, a supportive expat ecosystem, and a more affordable, family-oriented lifestyle compared to Tokyo. What began as a government-led partnership has evolved into a people-led migration, proving that East and South Asia are building the next industrial revolution together. 5. Germany, the engineering and green energy wave. In 2025, German engineers, energy experts, and entrepreneurs are increasingly calling India home. With its aggressive renewable energy goals and infrastructure boom, India has become a magnet for Germany's famed technical talent. Pune, Bengaluru, and Hyderabad are key hubs where German firms are setting up shop, from solar panel manufacturing to electric vehicle R&D. India's pace of innovation contrasts sharply with Germany's slower-moving bureaucracy, attracting ambitious professionals eager to see results faster. One major turning point came when a Berlin-based solar company established its Asia headquarters in Gurugram, hiring local talent while relocating key German engineers to oversee the transition. They cite India's flexible regulatory environment, skilled workforce, and cost-effective operations as unbeatable advantages. Beyond the boardroom, Germans in India are finding vibrant expat communities, organic markets, and yoga studios that blend seamlessly into their lifestyle. The cultural exchange goes both ways, with Indian engineers learning precision engineering from Germans, while German professionals embrace India's spirit of adaptability. Germany's move towards sustainability has found its perfect partner in India's drive toward growth. Together, they're creating a new model of cooperation, one where innovation, not geography, defines leadership. And for many Germans, living in India isn't just a professional decision, it's an adventure into a future where technology and humanity move forward side by side. 6. France, the art, design, and fashion connection. If there's one foreign community that blends seamlessly into India's creative pulse, It's the French. From Mumbai's film studios to Delhi's design schools, French artists, chefs, and designers are quietly shaping India's modern cultural scene. The roots run deep. Pondicherry, India's former French colony, has become a spiritual and creative bridge between both worlds. Its pastel streets, boulangeries, and boutique galleries now host a thriving expat network of French creatives, who find in India a rare mix of inspiration and affordability. India's booming fashion, cinema, and luxury industries are pulling in fresh French talent, from art directors working on Bollywood sets to culinary entrepreneurs running bistros in Goa and Bengaluru. Take Juliette Martin, a Paris-born designer who relocated to Jaipur in 2023. She now runs a sustainable clothing brand that fuses Indian block printing with French minimalism. Her label exports globally, but her entire production is Indian. The Indo-French cultural partnership isn't new, but what's new is the direction. Instead of Indians going to Paris to learn haute couture, French designers are coming to India to explore heritage crafts and build global brands rooted in Indian artistry. And in 2025, Pondicherry has become more than nostalgia. It's now the unofficial French-Indian creative capital of Asia. 7. Australia, the remote work and education exodus. Rising rents, strict visa systems, and post-pandemic burnout have sparked an unexpected trend. Australians are moving to India. From yoga teachers in Rishikesh to digital entrepreneurs in Goa, India has become the ultimate remote work destination for Australians seeking balance, purpose, and affordability. With Sydney and Melbourne among the world's most expensive cities, professionals are choosing to live in Bengaluru, Pune, and Kochi, where they enjoy world-class internet, thriving co-working spaces, and the warmth of Indian hospitality. Meet Ben Thompson, a former marketing executive from Brisbane. After realizing he could run his remote agency from anywhere, he moved to Goa in 2024. His costs dropped by 70%, and his productivity skyrocketed. Today, he employs a small hybrid team, half Australian, half Indian, proving that the digital age knows no borders. India's English fluency, cultural vibrancy, and emerging digital nomad visa programs make it easy for Australians to adapt. Many also come through India's education sector, teaching, mentoring, or pursuing yoga and wellness certifications. This reverse exodus represents a quiet yet powerful shift. Australians are no longer flying into Bali or Thailand for short escapes. They're settling in India long-term, building lives that are both sustainable and globally connected. 8. Russia, the security and trade realignment. The geopolitical aftershocks of the Ukraine war changed everything. Sanctions, instability, and shrinking business options have pushed many Russians to look east, and India has emerged as a safe, opportunity-rich alternative. Russian families, freelancers, and small entrepreneurs are now relocating to Indian cities, like Goa, Delhi, and Himachal Pradesh. They find comfort in India's neutrality, tropical weather, and growing bilateral cooperation between Moscow and New Delhi. Goa, in particular, has become a mini Russian hub, with local cafes serving borscht alongside samosas and real estate developments catering to Russian-speaking buyers. The newer wave, however, isn't just tourists or retirees. It includes crypto traders, engineers, and startup founders using India's digital ecosystem to rebuild their careers. Consider Ivan Morozov, a Russian Web3 developer who settled in Bengaluru in 2023. He calls India the future of freedom tech, collaborating with Indian coders to build decentralized finance tools. The Indo-Russian trade corridor is expanding rapidly, with joint manufacturing in defense, energy, and software. As Russia faces isolation from the West, India offers a bridge to global commerce without judgment. In short, for thousands of Russians, India isn't just a backup plan, it's a new chapter in stability and innovation. 9. South Korea, the innovation exchange. Few countries have embraced India's tech potential like South Korea. As Korean conglomerates expand into India's electronics, EV, and gaming industries, a new generation of Korean professionals and students is following suit. Cities like Gurugram, Chennai, and Hyderabad now host thriving Korean business enclaves, complete with restaurants, schools, and cultural centers. But beyond corporate ties, there's a deeper innovation exchange taking shape. Young Koreans are coming to India for AI development, app design, and influencer collaborations, blending K-pop-style creativity with India's massive consumer base. For instance, Minute G Park, a Seoul-based skincare entrepreneur, moved to Mumbai to launch a K-beauty line, co-developed with Indian cosmetic chemists. Within a year, Her brand became a hit on both sides of the Indian Ocean. Meanwhile, Indian students are learning Korean, while Korean filmmakers and educators are collaborating with Indian counterparts on everything from animation to sustainability. This partnership signals a new regional alliance, one not driven by outsourcing but co-creation. In 2025, many Koreans see India as a place where ideas move faster, barriers are lower, and the future feels wide open. 10. Nigeria, the Africa-Asia link. The final country on our list, and perhaps the most vibrant connection, is Nigeria. As Africa's largest economy deepens ties with India, thousands of Nigerians are moving east, not just for study, but for work, entrepreneurship, and collaboration. India's universities, healthcare system, and IT hubs have become magnets for Nigerian students, doctors, and innovators. In cities like Pune, Delhi, and Hyderabad, you'll find Afro-Indian restaurants, music studios, and fashion startups blending cultures in bold new ways. Take Adola Femi, a Lagos-based fashion entrepreneur who relocated to Delhi in 2023. She now runs an Afrofusion clothing label that employs both Indian tailors and Nigerian designers, a true symbol of global South cooperation. India offers Nigerians something rare: access, affordability, and respect. As the India-Africa partnership grows under new trade and education programs, more Nigerians are finding permanent opportunities here, from medical residencies to tech partnerships. And beyond business, there's a shared energy between both nations, youthful, creative, and ambitious. This isn't a one-way flow, it's a cultural exchange redefining what global South unity looks like in the 21st century. Why India is the new global hub. Step back for a moment. Something historic is happening. For decades, the global story was simple. People moved from developing countries to developed ones. But in 2025, that story is being rewritten, and India is at the heart of it. Western economies are showing cracks in the dream they once sold. Inflation eats away savings, housing is unaffordable, healthcare is out of reach, and an aging population strains systems that once promised stability. Even for the young, the cost of ambition has become unbearable: burnout culture, loneliness, and endless debt. India, by contrast, feels like a place in motion. It's young. Over 65% of its population is under 35. It's innovative, home to one of the fastest growing startup ecosystems on the planet. It's affordable, where creative professionals can live well without sacrificing dreams. And most of all, it's connected, through UPI digital payments, Aadhaar identity systems, and a tech infrastructure that makes daily life remarkably easy. English fluency gives comfort to Western professionals. Democracy, diversity, and a growing middle class offer both freedom and familiarity. And local Indians? They're responding not with resentment, but with curiosity and collaboration, learning from foreigners even as foreigners learn from them. This isn't just migration, it's a reversal of the old global hierarchy. India is no longer the back office of the world, it's becoming the front office, where ideas are born, companies are built, and global citizens find their footing again. The new question isn't why are they leaving India? It's why is everyone coming in? From the United States to Nigeria, from Japan to France, and from Australia to Russia, the tide has turned. People are no longer chasing the Western dream, they're chasing a global balance, and India has quietly become the place where that balance exists. Think about it. For centuries, India was the destination for seekers, traders, and philosophers. They came in search of wisdom, spice, or spiritual light. Now, in 2025, they're coming for innovation, affordability, and community. The world's migration map is being redrawn, not from east to west, but from west to east. By 2030, India could become the world's most dynamic fusion point, a place where an American AI engineer, a Nigerian entrepreneur, a French artist, and a Japanese investor all share the same street, building the same future. It's not just globalization, it's human rebalancing. So here's the question for you. Would you consider moving to India if the opportunity felt right? Which city would you choose? Bengaluru's energy, Goa's calm, or Delhi's influence? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every one. And before you go, if you believe the world is changing faster than we think, if you see India becoming more than just a country, but a global idea, then hit like, share, and subscribe. Because the story of the next great migration is already unfolding, and this time, the road to opportunity runs east.